did a live talking about the
we're
smoke.
live. We're live
Hi.
now. All right, so we're actually live on Facebook and YouTube. So, hi everyone, Carly Stein here, and I am here with Michelle Marie. For those of you who don't know me, I am the creator of Goddess Awakened, Ignite the Power Within. And Michelle is a longtime friend. I think we've known each other, 24, 25 years, something like that. We went to high school together, actually, and recently our paths have crossed back, and it's been amazing. So we wanted to come live today and talk to you about this really cool thing we're doing on Thursday. So on Thursday, myself and Michelle and a few other people are hosting a webinar that's free for all women out there. And you can register for that at www.goddessawakenedevents.com. And the topic is 10 ways to awaken your inner goddess or your goddess during these chaotic times, because Michelle and I just spent the last 10 minutes talking about the chaotic, crazy times we are living in. And it's true, like literally we're getting new information by the hour, having to change directions on where we think things are going. Like it's just chaos. I mean, this morning a ton of people we're going to get, millions of kids were getting online to do school with Zoom, and Zoom crashes. So like that's just chaos in its own. But one of the huge ways we can conquer the chaos, so to speak, is to really focus on self-care. And that's why I wanted to bring Michelle in. So before we get into these cool tools and tips we're going to talk about, why don't you tell everyone about yourself, what you do, and why you've been kind of interested in what I've been doing.
Okay, cool. Well, hello, everybody. So I have a coaching and healing business. I do energy work, energy healing, and then a lot of the coaching that I do, I would call it like mindset coaching. So I do life coaching. My approach depends. It varies on the client. So really, I work with the client personally, see what resonates with them. My dog is whining right now. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. He's being difficult. Anyways,
to be heard.
Yeah. So I do a lot of mindset coaching. So reframing the mindset, the power of positivity, incorporating mindfulness, meditation, some shamanic work, and then awakening the goddess, utilizing the goddess energy from within. Each one of us has it. So utilizing it to our advantage in life in different situations, and talking and teaching people about that. So that is what I do.
Awesome.
A lot of things. I'm going to let the dog out of the room so that way you don't have to listen to him whine the whole time.
He's got a lot to say about this topic, apparently.
He really does. Well, he's a beagle and he thinks he's a person. And so, like, for instance, when we eat, he has to go to his dog food bowl and eat. So he is trying to get involved in this conversation right now.
You're good. So for those of you who are just tuning in or tuning in a little late, I'm talking with Michelle. She just had to let her dog out of the room, but she's back. So that was adorable, to be honest. So tell us more about why you decided or wanted to kind of get involved in the work we're doing here.
Well, my own personal journey was, a torturous one at times. So I had a lot of different things in my personal life that I had gone through. And then after experiencing the dark night of the soul, as a lot of people call it, or rock bottom, whatever, emotionally, mentally, and then through the process of rebuilding, I learned so much that I thought that would be so useful to help other people get through different issues that they are having, especially because I've experienced so many different things throughout my lifetime. I felt that life coaching and healing was just something that I was here to do. I gave up, using my degree, and just started this certification process of getting certified so I would be able to apply what I've learned, because I think that wisdom is really the best experience builds wisdom, right? You don't just learn from books, you don't just learn from taking classes. I think that coaching is really great for me because I can apply so many things that were at one time like the negatives or the struggles in my life, or things that I would think and have negative feelings about. Now I can turn around and say, well, I experienced these things because it was part of my journey to get to this point where now I can help other people using the wisdom I gained from going through those struggles. So it wasn't for nothing, right? It was all for a reason. And that's what I teach people in coaching too, is that if you're going through struggle, or if you're having tough times, it's for a reason. You're going through it to get you ready for what's coming next in your life, right? So don't feel negative about it. Turn it around and look at it as, well, thank you, universe, for sending me this struggle. It's a lesson. It's time to learn. So
yeah. And, I'm the same way. Like, I call myself a recovering independent woman, because I was taught and brought up to be in this ultra masculine state, and it got me nowhere. Where did it get me? It got me evicted and homeless, because I wasn't willing to ask for help. I wasn't able to receive from my community. I wasn't able, like, I put all these walls up and blocks, and it was just like, nope, I got this. It's all me, blah, blah, blah. And that didn't work out so well. But so like what Michelle was saying, our journeys are important. And they're here to teach us a lesson. And like 2020 is chaotic. Why? Because it's the year of seeing things clearly. So all this stuff that's was hidden is like rising to the surface, and that's why it feels so chaotic. We're also in a place where we're starting to dismantle systems that are no longer working for us personally and on a global level. So like kind of transitioning into the self-care area, part of the way to get through this is focusing on you. And I know a lot of women out there, and I'm sure you see this also, that have a really hard time making themselves a priority.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Can I elaborate for a second on that? So I just did a goddess retreat weekend with a group of girls, and I did, mentoring, coaching, healing in person. And we were talking about self-care, and we were talking about the importance of checking in with yourself on a daily basis. And when I posed the idea of taking 20 minutes, right? And the life experience for each person is different. A lot of people had kids and whatnot, but overall, when you say 20 minutes just to check in with yourself, the facial expressions were like, wow, that's a lot of time, right? Like, that might be challenging to set aside, especially for people that have many kids, and I had to really emphasize the importance. And really, is 20 minutes a really long time to like recharge, refill your cup on a daily basis? I mean, we take how much time to do our hair, right? Or, well, not everyone, not me, but I mean, some people, our hair or our makeup or watching TV or something like that. 20 minutes out of every day, if you can give that to yourself, I mean, it's really not that long in an entire day.
Exactly.
So I think that taking that time and checking in with yourself emotionally, mentally, physically is vital to feel like at your optimal level.
Well, right. And also, you can't give from an empty cup. So, and that's where a lot of times what'll happen is um, we'll give and give and give till we can't give anymore. And then we're either done or we get sick because our bodies are like, nope, nope, nope. We've been trying to warn you. We've been trying to warn you and you didn't listen. So now you're going to sit your butt down on a bed for a week because you didn't listen. So let's, I'll give 3 of my self-care tips, and I'm sure Michelle has a few more that she can do. So one of my biggest self-care tips is to breathe. I know it sounds crazy. We breathe all the time, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is we don't breathe mindfully and consciously. So honestly, if you are like in this chaotic moment and you're like, I don't know what's going on, and you just want to disappear, which happens a lot, just sit down and take 3 minutes or longer, 3 to 10 minutes, and just freaking breathe. So it looks something like this. In, hold, and out. So oxygen is our friend. So oxygen starts, like, getting oxygen in the body starts to shift everything. And it takes, like, they say it takes 45 seconds to shift your energy. So with breathing, it tends to accelerate that a little bit. But if, you need to get into this goddess flow, the next best thing is to, put a song on for at least 45 seconds, but for its entire length, 3 to 5 minutes, and just move to it. That's another one of my huge goddess self-care activities, because it really helps you get into a flow type energy. And another one that I really want to mention today, because I got this huge awareness this morning about there being a lot of emotions unprocessed out there. And I strongly believe that Earth responds to what humanity is doing. So in California, I know you're in Arizona, all out west here, Colorado, we are plagued with fires and smoke right now. So, and it could be a possible process of unfelt feelings. So my biggest kind of self-care activity right now is to feel your feelings. So toddlers are really good at this. And you have young kids. And probably, what?
They're old now.
I used to have young kids and witness this all the time, right? They get mad, they throw their temper tantrums, they feel all their feelings, and then they're suddenly better. But as adults, we're told to shut up, to suppress all those feelings. Feelings are icky, feelings are horrible. When the truth is, we should just be processing it. Like earlier, I had a very heated kind of thing on Facebook, and it literally made me, my blood was boiling. Like I was like, "Arr!" And so I just sat down and I was like, okay, let the anger come up. And it did. And suddenly I felt better. So process your emotions. It is safe to let them come up, and it's safe to feel them. All right. So Michelle, I'll let you take it. What are some self-care tools you have for the folks out there?
So I try to maintain like this Zen-like quality throughout the entire day and life. So I think that my self-care tips are usually more like daily things to do. I'm a huge advocate of mindfulness. I think that practicing mindfulness on a daily basis in some way is very important. So whether it be you consciously decide, I'm going to practice mindful listening today. And you don't have to do it all day, baby steps, right? Or I'm going to do mindful eating at lunchtime today, or I'm going to practice mindful driving on my way home from work. So being present in the moment consciously deciding, I'm going to be very self-aware during this period of time, whatever you're doing, whatever you choose to do. Part of being mindful is checking in with your body, checking in with your breath, checking in with how you feel in your own body, and then just being aware of your surroundings, like taking in the surroundings instead of driving home like a robot, you know, look around, look outside, take things in. You might notice something like signs from the universe, right? A road sign or somebody driving, then it will spark creativity. It sparks just different things within you the more self-aware you are. So practicing mindfulness every day at some point. I also highly recommend doing meditation every single day. And there are so many, there's a variety of different types of meditation. I always say, do what works for you. And, you know, some days you might want to do like loving kindness to increase compassion in meditation. And another day you might want to do a different style. You might want to listen to music while you meditate. And that's fine. Like the whole idea is to just flow with the energy that feels good to you then, right? Like you don't have to be so strict with yourself and say, okay, I have to meditate in this exact way every single day for an hour or whatever. I mean, if you set those types of goals, and then you're putting pressure on the situation, and immediately it's going to cause resistance if you feel that pressure. So the idea is to just flow. If you feel like listening to music during meditation on that day for 20 minutes instead of sitting silent for 15 or whatever, do that. Right? So, but just like those moments when you are at total calm within yourself during meditation, it's better rest than sleep. Because if you think about it, when you sleep, a lot of times you dream, right? Or if you don't dream all the time, you know that dreaming happens, right? So the idea is your mind isn't really resting when you're sleeping. So the only time you're ever fully at rest, even including your central nervous system, your mind, everything, is in meditation. So it's the best rest you will ever get in your entire day. So do it. And then I guess the other one is also breath work. I really just started doing a lot of different styles of breath work. So I'm studying the path of yoga. So there's different styles of breathing in that. And then I went to a breathwork seminar last week, and there was even more styles of breathwork there. So depending on what you want to do, I really like the detoxifying breaths where you breathe in for like 4 and then blow out for 6, or in for 5 and out for 8, whatever. As long as it's in for a shorter number of seconds than you're blowing out, as long as the exhalation is longer than the inhalation, it's considered a detoxifying breath. And I visualize a lot. So using visualization during breath work, imagine when you're doing the breath work that you're sitting in like a waterfall of light and you're breathing in that white, pure white light air. And when you exhale, you're blowing out any darkness, any negativity, any darker energy that you have, those anything negative, just blow it out and visualize it in your head, the color, breathing in the white, blowing out like the smoky darkness, right? Get it out of you.
Yeah, our breath is so important. And, you know, it can be used for so many things. It can be used for just get out of the chaos, or it can be used to like detoxify your body.
Absolutely. Breathing is so important.
Yeah. So we both want to invite you all the ladies out there, to join our webinar on Thursday night. It's going to be 6:30 Mountain Time, so that's 5:30 Pacific, 7:30 Central, and then 8:30 East Coast. You can sign up at www.goddessawakenedevents.com. We'll have more speakers. Susan Russo will be there, Marilyn Pitchford, and Julie Krotkin. So It's going to be pretty awesome. I'll be coming live to you all week with all these amazing people to really gear up for this, because it's going to be pretty exciting. So it's one of the biggest things I've ever done, and I can't wait. It's 2020, baby. So love you all. Thank you for listening. And if anyone wants to check out more Michelle, like I said, she'll be on the webinar, but her website is also thebodyowl.com. Any parting words?
Uh-oh. It went out for a second. The video went out for a second.
You're still there. Any parting words for everyone?
Yeah, actually. So my experience also comes from surviving and healing myself of anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. So I also want to send a lot of positive vibes to anybody that's struggling with PTSD or anxiety. There is hope. I didn't think there was for a long time, and there really is. So please join us for the webinar, and I think that I'll be talking a little bit about that for people that are suffering from anxiety and things like that. I'll focus some attention there.
Yes, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and we will see everyone later in the week. Have a great day.